an OG. I can only tell them what do you mean, man? I can only tell them what I know. Things have changed. I gotta let people know where we came from. Huh? I just need to let them know. I mean, you can hang around, bro. You can hang around. I'm just gonna do this small video. Just hang around. I'm gonna be talking about OG stuff. You should know something about that. Hold on. Shannon Cock, everybody. Johnny Lee Law on Hobo Deep Post. And that's right there. Well, I'm on Bourbon Street right now. And my boy Hootie right here. Hey, that camera looks crooked. All right, so let's see if we can straighten it out. All right. All right, so today I want to play. I want to talk about OG stuff. OG. OG means okay. Old school. I don't know. Oh, we all know. Anyway, this is my 78 Rickenbacker. I'm gonna play it, you know, and I'm gonna talk about some things, all right? Now my Rick is a 78, and I spoosed it up. I spoosed it up. Spoosed. That ain't even a word. I said spoosed. Well, anyway, I put a Tone Monster preamp in it, and it has the old EMGs in it. EMGs. But a 78 is a 78. It's all old school. I'm coming through my Phil Jones, and that's new school. And we're going to talk about all this stuff. And we're going to talk about the new school stuff and the old school stuff. But I love my old school stuff, and it does what I needed to do because I'm old. Look, and Hootie is old. I'm not old by myself. I'm old with Hootie too. All right, so today, look, we're going to talk about stuff that nobody's talking about. Yeah, they're talking about it, but they're talking about it the wrong way. So because they talk about it the wrong way, I want to clarify. All right. So I get a lot of Thundercats that calls me about information. Thundercats are the youth of today, which I love very much. All right, so I need to take y'all back for a second. My question is, what happened to the speakers? What happened to my big speakers? What happened to them? Well, we're gonna talk about that today. We're gonna talk about, and we're gonna start at the beginning of my run. My first run was the custom rolling pleated. I had the red ones and the black ones and the blue ones. I had them all. And then I left the custom rolling pleated, and I went from there to Stridell. A lot of you don't even know what Stridell is. Stridell stood about this high. Well, it actually stood about this high. And it had a head on the top, and then it had two 15s in it. Or it came with 4 12s or something like that. Then I left from that, and then I went straight into the acoustic. And acoustic had, I guess it was a 360, I think it was. It had a head on it. I was moving up then. It had a head on it, and then it had a speaker cabinet. Either way, both of them, you needed your cousins and them to help you turn it around. Then I left from there, and I went to the custom thing. All right? I'm not the custom, the Ampeg stuff. But before I got to Ampeg, I went to Peavey. Peavey had a 18220. Is that what it is? 1820. Was an 18-inch speaker in the bottom, 2 10s at the top. And I had that big mega head on the top. Of course, I needed everybody and all my cousins in them and all my uncles in them. They helped me pick it up, and put it in my little small Porsche. He said Porsche. I did. I had a Porsche, man. I had a 944, and I was carrying this stuff around a 944. So I left from that because time were changing, and I'm leaving out of the 70s and the 80s. Now I'm beginning to the 70s. I'm beginning to get into the 80s. All right, the deep 80s, pushing toward the 90s. So my first thing was I need to get an Ampeg. So I went out and got. I didn't want the big SVT thing. My dad did the SVT thing. That's his thing. He had 2 SVTs in a club one night, and you couldn't hear nothing but him. One in one corner, one behind him. It was just craziness, man. All right, so then left the Ampeg and went into the SWR. All right, we still in the big speaker thing. So the SWR had, they had the 810s, and it had the 410s, it had the 212s, it had the 115. So I'm still in the ballpark of greatness. I still love SWR today. Left from SWR and moved up to Aguilar. And I moved up to Aguilar, and Aguilar served me really well. I went to the Aguilar GS 112s, and I thought that was amazing. Before I got to the Aguilar, though, check this out. I went to the Bag N. The Bag N 15, which weighs like a half a car, but the tone is unbelievable. I still was using my Ampeg head with the little 115 Bag N with the little red dot in it. That, if you want to hear something amazing, get you a Bag N 115 with a little red dot in it, and put your nice old head on top of it. It'll kill everything around the neighborhood. It's including mosquitoes. You ain't got to worry about putting stuff out for the mosquitoes. All right, so then I left from there. I went to the Aguilar. Aguilar, GS 112s. All right, I want to make sure I'm coming up right. GS 112. I left the GS 112. Went into the GS 212s. Went to that. Well, I guess it was GS, but then it came DB 212. So that was the last one I had as far as Aguilar. Left the Aguilar and went to another company, which is an amazing company. Now, I'm still in the 10s and 12s. I'm still in the 12 area. I'm not really in the 10 area. Not talking about since SWR. So my next company I went into would have been this company, Mark Bass. Mark Bass is the most amazing sounding cab, and it doesn't weigh too much. Because as I got older and this gray started coming in, I had to figure out a way to save my back. Because in the old days, when I was lifting those customs up and down steps, because I lived up in an apartment, I was carrying them up by myself, picking them up like this, not correctly, and taking them upstairs and bringing them down. Same thing for the acoustic. Duh. All right. So I left Mark Bass and I went to this company right here, which is BBC. BBC is, I don't know how to explain them, how amazing and accurate their cabs are. I went first to this cab. This is the 212. All right, so I'm still staying in the big speakers. So I went to this BBC cab, boom bass cab, and I loved that cab so much I went to this cab, which is even lighter than this cab. You be like, go figure. I was like, I'm saving my back now. And I still got big speakers. Look, big speakers. So this BBC boom bass cab 112. This is a 110, I think it is. This is a 110. That's the 212. 110, 212. So this is the lowest I go so far, I thought. Then I ran across this girl. I don't even know what the speakers, they look like 5-inch speakers to me. They might be 6-inch. I don't know. Look, I would have never thought anything sounded as good coming through this thing. I'm like, nah, man. For that kind of money, no. But I was blessed with that. So I took it in to the shop and made it a shop thing or video thing. Now, as time went on, older cats are still into the speakers. We're still into the speakers. Stuff that blow our legs. Stuff that makes a note go boom. Not boom. Because as basses got acted. I said acted. I said acted. As basses became more active. I said acted. That's not even a word. As basses became more active, you could do a lot more greater things with the bass through these kind of amps or these kind of amps. But I still wanted that big bottom. All right, I needed my pants to blow. I needed to move air, that kind of stuff. Oh, I forgot I had a Bergantino too. I forgot all about that. Anyway, now that's an air mover. And move air and stuff like so. After all of this, then the 2000s come in. And in the 2000s, things really changed. It's like, okay, you can go out and get, 1,400 watts in the cab, and you get a 2,000 watt head. You got all this stuff. So it's still keeping me in the loop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm really feeling great about this because I still got all that power like the old SVTs, and I got a lot of cab that will save my back and will actually blow doors open. So I'm still in the SVT custom kind of move. Then they hit the OGs with this. Hey, bruh, you can turn your amp all the way down now, or you can turn it off because we're going to come through these. And I'm like, what the heck is these? They're headphones. They don't have a speaker big enough in them. They're just headphones. And like, this one I've been through the trouble, man, the turmoil, and everything. So they tell me to put this on. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing bass because, this covers the ears and you can hear all kinds of bass coming through it, and you hear the keyboards and the drums. Like, man, I might could deal with this. Then they come back with this. Hey, bro, you can put these in your ear. And I'm thinking, I don't want anything in my ear that can slam my ear shut. All right? When I mean slam it shut, I got a PA guy that don't halfway know what he's doing. He came off the street, and the church allowed him to play. Mess with the board. And I'm thinking, oh, this ain't good. So I don't want to put these in already. And I'm thinking, where's the speaker in them? Where's the 12? Where's the 15? Where's all that? How you get that in there? Now, something like this is a Shure 315, right? That's what they call it, Shure 315. I think they go up to 5 something on the Shure model. It's actually, when you put them in, they sound amazing. With the right box on the side, you sound amazing. This sound amazing. But then, this costs about almost $100. All right? You maybe can get them online for like $79, $89. Once they break, you can't go out and get some of these. These are a dollar store. Look, they even call them buds. Dollar store buds. You can get them and go to a gig and you can really blow your ear out. When I say blow your ear out, I mean completely blow it out. First of all, they ain't gonna hold the power and the frequency that's coming through the wires of it. I seen a guy come up one time with some dollar store buds, and man, he had one in and one out. My thing is, you might be going to take them out, bro, because it's just the worst. Then you have these that looks like the dollar store, but they're not. They're AKGs. These on a little on the expensive side. So now I'm thinking as an OG, I'm sure he spent a lot of money on these little bitty ear things. This is a lot of money right here. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to spend some money, if I'm going to save my ear and have everything very low in my ear that sounds like a record, then I need to get the best of the best. So I went out and I got these. These are Sennheisers. I'm not promoting any one of these headphones and that like that. I'm just telling you what I did. These are Sennheisers. These things are almost like $200. But the clarity of them is unbelievable. The remarkability of them. I say remarkability. The comfortable. They're comfortable. Except they still going in the ear. They look like the Shure stuff, but they guarantee them to have the best bass response. Okay, I get it. I'm old school. We got all this. I need to get back to here. This is what I need to get back to because I'm OG. All right, for you young Thundercats, I want y'all to understand something. We were born with these, all right? Will we ever leave them? Probably no time soon, okay? What you have to understand is we were born with these. We were born with pants that were loose. We don't wear our pants tight. We were born, I said we don't wear our pants tight. for some of us, we were born pants that was loose and air would blow, and a coat that would blow and stuff like that. So my question is, what happened to the speakers, y'all? Everything is getting smaller and more expensive. And for you young Thundercats, again, I need to get you guys to understand. We understand a lot of things when we hear it. Now they got this new pad you can put under your feet, and as you hit a note, it rumbles. Boom! And it rumbles your feet, giving you the option of, oh my God, I'm really playing bass. That's not the key. So I'm gonna make this really short, y'all. What happened to the big speakers? Are they still around? Right now, you can get, this thing sounds like a chainsaw. How she ride that? It's horrible, but it gets to where she needs to go. All right, so when are we getting back to the speakers, y'all? Well, some of us never left them. Some of us still carry around the big stacks and stuff like that. But as we get older, our backs tell us not to. So guys, be responsible. Be responsible. If you still want the old school sound, the old school is still here. You can modify it. You can break it down. You can make it do what you wanted to do. But I'm still used to speakers. There are some brothers out here that couldn't put these on if you paid them $500,000. They'll put them on, but they'll be out within the first note. So what the young Thundercats need to understand is, one thing is that we were raised with these. Actually, I was raised with this. All right. I'm not gonna go too far away from this. I'm definitely going here, but I'm not gonna go too far away from that 15. Not too far, because I need the excitement of a speaker behind me. Not saying that I can't wear these, because I wear them every Sunday. I'm getting used to them. It takes a while to get used to them. And also, people, what you need to know, some of the OGs that played back in the day, they played so loud to fill up a place where a PA couldn't do it. They didn't have a PA. They had a PA to sing, not a PA to punch that SVT through. They didn't have anything like that, so they played very loud. So a lot of the OGs nowadays have hearing problems. Look, real bad hearing problems. And then the bad part about it is they still want to play, but they don't want you to know that they have a hearing problem. Like, they play really loud, and you tell them to turn down, it offends them a lot, and they're gonna be offended because they're used to loud noises. They're used to loud bass. So I want to put this out here this morning. I hate it's this long, but you need to know stuff. Another thing is, remember, I want to say this, y'all, because I don't want to make another video of this. I want to say this. Another thing that's kind of ruining, I would say ruining, but it's helping, but it's more ruining, is the number system. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Lord, here he go. Yeah, right, here you go, man. Listen, when you got an MD that's doing this as you playing, you know what that does? It takes your mindset off of the fact of playing, of just spiritually playing. It takes your mindset off. When you got somebody in your ear with this in your ear, and they're doing 5, 2, 1, 5, 7, 7, 2, 1, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 7, 7, 5, 5, 3, 2, 5, 5. When they doing that, your whole demeanor of playing changes. You take the concentration off your feel and the love of your feel, and puts it on that speaker or intercom. That's what it is. Look, in your ear, intercom, and that takes the flow. My thing is I'm going to say this to a lot of people so you can understand what I'm saying. The number system works. If I was in a place where I wasn't too sure about a song, I get it. I get it. But when you have a polished band, and you know that band is polished, and they play spiritually, leave them alone. All right, let them. If you gave them the music to learn, let them play. Let them play. Let them play. Just let them play. You know. And then you got MDs that's inventive. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean is in our workings. Not saying that we can't do it, but if you're throwing numbers out there because you just thought of it, it takes the feel out of the whole song. And I understand it's about being quick. I get that. But it's also about being musical. That's why a lot of bands I hear right now are mechanical. It sounds mechanical. I think the best band I've seen on the gospel rim that's polished and it looks like and sounds like a real band would be John P. Key Band. I mean, it's just I don't see the MD. I mean, he's so busy grooving, he let his other people groove, and that's why his band is so flawless. They know the music, let them play. There are other bands I've seen that's you know, we OGs, man. If you let us play, we'll play you out the box. We probably know more stuff than you would ever. We probably forgot more stuff than you will ever learn. And that's what I got to get the youth or your Thundercats to understand. You know, I want you to understand this from our standpoint. All right. What else I want to say? There's a lot of things I want to say today. I just don't want to keep you guys too long because I have to speak for the OGs. Then there's some OGs like, oh man, you know, I got the number system down pack and it don't bother me at all. Okay, I get it. You know, but if you back in the day, you'd be completely perturbed if somebody's still hollering and throwing signs up like you an airplane. You'd be like, what the heck? And you also remember, I want to say this too. If you're in a big setting, a major church or a venue, when you start doing this, it takes the groove out of what people see in the audience. They see this, and so they focus in on you. And the singers could be crushing, the band could be crushing, but because you're doing all of this, you're now the focusing on you, and they're missing the whole thing they paid to come to see, or they're missing the whole thing they need to feel in their spirit. Guys who throw out numbers and stuff like that, y'all may want to think about that. I'm just saying. All right, so I said enough today, and Hootie told me a lot of other things to say, but I ain't gonna say all that right now. I'll just say it on another video. This was kind of long. All right, so once again, guys, remember, the OGs come from this school. You guys are in this school. All right, what we have to do is find a happy medium. All right, if you have an OG playing with you, and he's been playing this school all his life, you can't walk up to him and make him start playing this. He's not gonna do that. In fact, it's gonna upset him, especially if he's a real good OG. He may try to do this to sacrifice, you know, because you are in leadership. But if it irritates him too much, he's gonna throw it down, and he's gonna go back to this, and you're gonna try to get him to turn this down, and that's not gonna happen. All right, so MDs, young MDs, learn your school, learn your schoolwork. What's that mean? It means you're not dealing with people on your same level. You're dealing with older people that's on another level, that's been to where you need to go. So you need to sometimes listen at them, what they have to say. Most of all, leave them alone, man. Let them play. Let them play, God. Let them play. All right, once again, guys, from Hootie. And what happened to the speakers, the big speakers? Johnny Lee Long and the Hobo Depot. Listen, guys, please keep praying for my family and the Hobo Depot. We love y'all. We pray for y'all every morning. I know I do. Every morning, bright and early, before you half of you even get up. And subscribe, like, share, and tell other folks about the Hobo Depot. It's not really on Bourbon Street. I'm on the side of the Hobo Depot. That's on the other side. Shout it, Gaga, folks. Johnny Lee Long, Hobo Depot. Peace.